Jane Kinninmont, thank you very much for your wonderful lecture here at SAIS. Do you believe that the new government in Egypt represents the ideas that set in motion the 2011 uprisings?
It certainly doesn't represent all of them. But what you do have is a government that was elected, which is a very big change and something that shouldn't be underestimated. The hopes of the protesters were very diverse and very extensive. And certainly when it comes to the changes that people wanted to see in terms of corruption, poverty, living standards, those things are going to take years to be achieved if they are achieved at all. But the demand to get rid of Mubarak and to start in process some democratisation, there have been some serious achievements there.
How did the idea of a leaderless political movement come about in Egypt?
You've seen a reaction against the traditional political party model after years where the regime, like others in the Arab world, was very effective at co-opting or dividing and ruling political parties. And you saw a new kind of political organisation emerge around 2004 and 2005 with the Kafaya movement, which decided that rather than having to choose a particular ideology, it would be an umbrella group for a diverse range of movements that were united by the shared view that there should not be a hereditary political succession in Egypt. And the Kafaya movement sowed the seeds for a lot of what was to come in 2011, although it was different youth movements and social movements that took up its mantle.
What do you think is the role of the secular, more liberal youth in politics after the 2011 uprisings?
Many of the youth leaders that played a role in the uprisings have not gone into formal politics. They've not necessarily started political parties, and some of them boycotted the election. So you're seeing, as I think you're seeing globally, a trend for many of the youth to try and get involved in new forms of political organisation, to work with civil society groups, to work with labour organisations and so on. I think there are people that want to write them off now because you don't see many of them represented in the now suspended parliament or in the government. But I think it's early to write them off. I think the Egyptian experience has shown quite how important social movements can be. And I think also the youth in Egypt are experimenting with new forms of ideology. So you don't see simply a divide between secularists and Islamist youth. You see also youth that are trying to be both liberal and Islamist, that are not necessarily following the Brotherhood, but are trying to start their own new Islamist parties.
Jane Kinninmont, thank you very much for being here with us at SAIS.
Thank you.